Happy New Year, gang. I've been a little MIA in between the transition of years, but we're fully back now. Welcome to Life Study Library. In this channel, I, Lye Yosh, will be introducing these interesting and educational information on science and psychology that you can use to further improve your life, as I'll support my claims using scientific and scholarly studies. This particular video will talk about this really interesting science-based self-improvement program that'll actually change your life for the better. I'm aware of the risk to even call this program in a title so self-helpy, but trust me, you will not regret watching this until the end. This program was studied at University of California, Santa Barbara on 2016 using seemingly scant 31 samples, but is actually more than qualifiable considering what the study did with them. The researchers have claimed that recent studies show a greater benefit through a combined change in lifestyle activities. Rather than decreasing your caffeine intake or improving your sleep quality separately, you're able to see greater improvements in life by doing them simultaneously. Today's study further expanded on that theory and sought to figure out if there were any significant improvements by doing all of them. This is a really interesting study. If you can do all of them at once and achieve like a giga improvement, not only it's time efficient, but you can also keep your lifestyle from becoming too intricate. So the study developed the program in the following form and made the samples participate for 6 weeks and observe the results at the end. Here's the instruction. 1. Dietary routines. Absolutely no processed food. 1 glass cup of alcohol per day. Any carbs will be eaten after exercise. 2. Sleep routines. Maintain an 8 to 10 hours sleep every single day. 3. Exercise routines. An hour and a half circuit training once every week, so things like squats or burpees. An hour and a half of Pilates twice every week. Hour and a half yoga once every week. An hour stretching or balance training right after you wake up. And while doing this one, maintain your number of breathings to 5 times every minute. And lastly, twice a week HIIT workout. In addition, perform an hour of mindfulness meditation, where you basically focus intensely on your current state of your body and mind. I will talk more about this in future videos. And also, spend about an hour and a half every day learning about healthy nutrition, sleep, mindfulness, and stress management trainings from good sources. I'll provide you with some books I recommend later. And lastly, do something kind to others around you at least once every single day. And that's the entire menu. If you are overwhelmed, I'm there with you. This is not for the faint of hearts. Overall, this requires about 5 hours of your day, so it's definitely a commitment if you want to make it a habitual activity. This level of intensity does make sense considering that the objective of the program is to improve your nutritional, physical, sleep, and mental health all at the same time. Now, the result of the study showed significant improvements on stress relief, mood and positivity, concentration, stamina, and bodily flexibility. The study showed great improvements on cardiopulmonary function, working memory, comprehension, and self-efficacy. It showed some improvements on the number of triglycerides, creativity, and overall life satisfaction. Compared to doing just one traditional mental care activity, this one seems a much better choice, with specifically stress relief and mood/positivity seeing a whopping 2.5 times greater effect. And despite the small sample size, I don't think there are any data that shows this much of a positive effect size. The researchers have also said that what makes this data extremely valuable is the improvements that were observed across almost all aspects of life. Conventional understandings of self-improvement or self-help are about people trying to find this one North Star that'll improve all aspects of life, but this really does seem like what they were looking for. If you're really up for the most likely paramount change in your lifestyle, then I suggest you try this out as your New Year's resolution or something. By the way, it's also a conventional knowledge that most people's New Year's resolutions never get finished, oftentimes not even lasting a month. You might immediately associate this to not having enough motivation, but despite this not being conventional knowledge, motivation is something that is definitely helpful, but is not a limitless magical resource. And it's honestly very unreliable when you want to use it to accomplish your goals or something like that. So how can you see great achievements reliably? If you're curious about this topic, I've made many videos about using scientific and psychological wisdom to accomplish your goals without relying on your emotional drive. And yes, some of them are noticeably long and packed with information, but if you are truly motivated to change your life for the better, now is the best time to do so. If you're interested, check the videos out in the description. Particularly, I think it's a good idea to start by watching the video titled Specific Techniques to Accomplish Your Goals. This one focuses on what to do before you start the activity, as the state of your mind before you begin is as important as during and after. Another video I recommend is called 6 Self-Help Tips That Depend on the Person. I never really hoped I could escape being labeled as self-help from many people who were either skeptical from the beginning or those who were initially on board but detracted midway. Although I must repeatedly emphasize that my content uses actually legit scientific evidence from actually legit scientific sources. Many others who talk about similar subjects far too often relies on their own experience as evidence, sources that greatly depend on the person. So yeah, if you want to know what are the 6 advices that are typically advocated in the self-help field but are actually incorrect, check the video out in the description. And if you want to know even more about habit making and habit breaking in further detail, you should read a book titled The Procrastination Equation: How to Stop Putting Things Off and Start Getting Things Done by Piers. This book doesn't just talk about how to make and break habits, but also about why so many of us struggle with it, and the fact that from many aspects, this is a normal occurrence. I got some more relevant books in the description, so if you want to make this year the year for great changes, check them out. And please also don't forget to support this channel grow by liking, subscribing, and sharing to those around you. I've been your host, Lye Yosh, and this has been Life Study Library.